Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're really digging into something huge, something that affects, well, millions of people. A plan to tackle and hopefully eliminate debt.
Yeah, it's a big one. So many people feel stuck.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So if you feel like you're sort of swimming in credit card bills or student loans or maybe those payday traps, this deep dive is absolutely for you. Our goal here is to pull together a really crystal clear roadmap from the sources we've looked at to help you get back in control of your financial life.
It's definitely a journey worth taking.
It really is. Okay, let's unpack this.
Let's do it.
So the first step our sources point to, and honestly, it often sounds like the hardest one, is just facing the numbers.
It really is the wake-up call, isn't it? It's often the biggest hurdle just getting started, requires real honesty with yourself.
So what does that look like practically?
Well, the action required is pretty straightforward. Even if it feels daunting, you need to list out every single debt you have.
Every single one.
Yep. Credit cards, car loan, student loans, any personal loans, maybe even, smaller amounts you owe family or friends. Don't leave anything out.
Okay. And what information do you need for each one?
For each debt, you need the total amount you still owe, the interest rate that's crucial, and the minimum monthly payment you're making.
Gotcha.
The sources use a great analogy. Think of it like looking in the mirror before you start a fitness journey, You can't really lose the weight if you don't know how much you're carrying right now.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
But what if someone feels just completely overwhelmed, like the sheer number of debts or maybe the total amount just paralyzes them? Do the sources mention how to start that?
Yeah, that's a really important point. Paralysis is real. The advice is often to just start somewhere. Maybe list just your top 3 debts first, or the ones causing the most stress. The goal is to break that inertia, Don't wait for the perfect, complete list if that's stopping you from even starting. Just begin.
All right, break the logjam. Okay, so you face the numbers, you've got your list. What comes next? Because the sources suggest it's not purely mathematical from here.
Not at all.
Yeah.
And this next part, this is where it gets really interesting, I think.
The mindset shift.
Exactly, the mental detox. Debt isn't just numbers on a page. It carries so much emotional baggage for a lot of people. Guilt, fear, sometimes shame.
Yeah, I can see that.
And those feelings can really limit your potential, hold you back without you even realizing it. So the core shift here is challenging that internal story.
How do you do that?
It's about actively replacing thoughts like, oh, I'll always be in debt, or I'm just bad with money, with something empowering. The sources often suggest an affirmation like, I am in control of my money.
And you just say that.
Well, yeah, but consciously write it down, put it on a sticky note on your bathroom mirror or your computer, repeat it daily. It sounds a bit woo-woo maybe, but it's cognitive reframing.
Training your brain.
Precisely. You're training your brain to see possibilities, not just roadblocks. Debt freedom really does start in the mind. You have to believe it's possible first.
Okay, mindset is shifting, numbers are listed. Now it's time for strategy, right? Our sources highlight 2 main ways to actually pay this debt down.
That's right. You've got the groundwork laid, now you choose your attack plan. Basically, the 2 big ones are the debt snowball and the debt avalanche.
Snowball first. What's the deal there?
Okay, so the snowball method. You list your debt's smallest balance to largest, ignoring the interest rates for a moment. You pay the minimum on everything except the smallest debt.
In that one.
You throw every extra cent you can find at that smallest one until it's gone. Kaput.
Ah, okay. And the benefit?
It's all about the psychology. Getting that first debt knocked out, even if it's small, gives you this huge psychological win. It feels great, builds momentum, and makes you eager to attack the next smallest debt. You roll that payment into the next one, creating a bigger snowball of money going towards the debt.
Quick wins, building steam. Got it. What about the other one? The avalanche.
Right, the debt avalanche. This one appeals more to the, let's say, purely logical side. Here, you list your debts by interest rate, highest to lowest.
Okay.
You pay minimums on everything except the debt with the highest interest rate. All your extra money goes there.
And the advantage here?
Math. Pure and simple. By tackling the highest interest rate first, you save more money over the total repayment period because you're stopping that high interest debt from costing you as much in the long run.
So one's about feeling good and building momentum. The other's about saving the most money possible.
You nailed it. And there's really no single right answer. It depends on you. If you know you need those quick wins to stay motivated, maybe the snowball is your best bet.
But if you're laser focused on the bottom line and saving interest,
then the avalanche is probably your friend. You just need to pick the one that you're most likely to stick with.
Okay, strategy chosen. What's next? The sources mention getting pretty intense with budgeting.
Yeah, step 4 is building what they call a bare bones budget. This isn't your casual, let's see where the money went last month kind of tracking.
That's serious.
It is for a period. It's about a financial cleanse, really focusing on essentials only.
Yeah.
Food, shelter, utilities, transportation to work, the absolute must-haves.
And everything else.
Gets cut or drastically reduced. We're talking dining out, those streaming services you barely watch, impulse buys online, maybe even pausing some hobbies temporarily.
Ouch.
But necessary.
For accelerating debt payoff. Absolutely. Yeah. The crucial part is taking all that money you just freed up by cutting the non-essentials and throwing it directly at your debt, according to whichever strategy, Snowball, or Avalanche you picked. It requires real financial intensity for a season.
Okay. Intense budgeting makes sense. But, there's often a limit to how much you can cut, right? What if you've trimmed everything possible and still need more firepower?
That's exactly where step 5 comes in. Increase your income. Budgeting frees up money you already have, but earning more gives you new ammunition. So like side hustles?
Exactly. Side hustles, maybe a weekend gig, freelancing if you have marketable skills, selling stuff you don't need anymore on Facebook Marketplace or eBay.
Tutoring, babysitting.
Yep, tutoring, driving for a rideshare, delivering food, even renting out a spare room on Airbnb if that's an option. Get creative.
The key point, though, I imagine, is what you do with that extra cash.
100%. Every extra dollar earned needs to go straight towards the debt, not towards a new iPhone, not towards easing up on the budget.
Right, still maintaining that intensity.
It's all about that mindset again. This is a temporary sacrifice, a focused push to achieve that long-term financial peace.
Makes sense. So you're budgeting hard, maybe earning extra. How do you make sure this actually keeps happening? Life gets busy.
Systems. That's step 6. Automate payments and stay consistent. You absolutely need to automate, at the very least, the minimum payments on all your debts.
What minimums specifically?
So you never miss a due date. Missing payments hurts your credit score and often adds fees, setting you back. Automation prevents that.
Okay, minimums automated. What else?
Crucially, the sources also advise setting up your extra debt payments to go out automatically too, if possible. Right after payday, perhaps.
Takes the decision out of it each month.
Exactly. It removes the temptation to spend it elsewhere. Consistency is honestly how you win this battle. It's not about one grand gesture. It's about doing those small, consistent things every single month without fail, like clockwork.
That discipline sounds key.
Yeah?
But also potentially draining over time.
It definitely can be. Which leads perfectly into step 7. Celebrate the small wins. This is so important for staying encouraged.
How do you mean, like throw a party when you pay off a credit card?
Well, maybe not a party that costs money, but yes, acknowledge the progress. Did you pay off that first tiny debt in your Snowball? Celebrate. Maybe a nice walk in the park, a special meal cooked at home, watching a movie you've wanted to see.
Okay.
Closed out a credit card account entirely. Do a little happy dance. These moments, they really matter. They keep your brain engaged, reinforce the positive actions, and keep your energy high for the long haul.
So reward the behavior, but don't undermine the progress.
Precisely. Celebrate with free or very low-cost rewards, not splurges that just dig you back into a hole.
Right, okay, that covers the main steps. Yeah. But the sources also include a kind of crucial long-term piece of advice, right? A bonus tip.
Yes, and it's arguably one of the most important for staying debt-free once you get there. Avoid falling back into new debt traps.
Easier said than done sometimes.
For sure, which is why the advice can be pretty direct, even drastic sounding. If credit cards are your weakness, seriously consider cutting them up.
Literally.
Literally. Or one suggestion is to freeze them, put them in a container of water and stick it in the freezer. Makes impulse spending much harder.
Ah, okay, that's one way.
The point is, do whatever it takes to break the habit. Stick to using cash or a debit card for your spending until you feel firmly in control and have rebuilt your financial habits and maybe an emergency fund.
It reframes how you see credit, doesn't it?
Absolutely. It helps you internalize that credit is a tool, a potentially useful one when used wisely, but it's not a lifeline to fund your everyday life. That's a dangerous trap.
Wow, okay. So that's quite the journey. We've covered facing the numbers, shifting the mindset, picking a strategy, budgeting intensely, boosting income, automating, celebrating wins, and finally, avoiding those future traps.
It's a comprehensive plan.
It really feels like it. A true debt detox plan, as you called it. Hopefully this deep dive has given you listening some real clarity and, more importantly, actionable steps debt freedom, it really does seem like an attainable goal.
It absolutely is. And, if we connect this all back to the bigger picture, while these steps provide that clear, practical roadmap we talked about, the ongoing journey, the sustained control, it really relies on reinforcing that one powerful truth we discussed earlier. Your mindset is your greatest asset. So maybe the question to leave you with is this. Reflecting on all these steps, what stands out to you personally as the most impactful shift you could make for your own financial future?